Today, we're going over the McGregor card. He's back after 5 years, breaking his leg, horrific injury. He's finally back fighting Max Holloway. We're going to be going over this entire card, starting from the early prelims, going all the way to the main card, and it is absolutely stacked. It could even be the card of the year over the White House, and we're starting with maybe not the best fight in the world. Alexandre Costa versus Cody Durden. I'll make this one pretty quick. Cody Durden is ass. I don't know how he pulls off his wins. He has no cardio, and he's a wrestling flyweight. I'm going to go with Alexandre Costa as the favorite. Pretty cut and dry. He's going to finish Durden by TKO. You know, Durden can survive, but he's old. He's done. He's washed. It's over. It's over. Next, we're moving to Ryan Gandra versus Zachary Reese. Ryan Gandra has one win in the UFC. He's a favorite going against Zachary Reese. I want Zachary Reese. I think Zachary Reese's motivation here. I think after losing to Michel Pereira, which was a very, very close fight, Michel Pereira's ass, he's terrible, but the striking, the grappling isn't actually that bad for Zachary Reese. He's a little stupid, and that's the big issue. That's why he's probably the underdog going in this fight. Being an idiot does matter a lot, but I think skill for skill, he is better than Ryan Gandra. He's going to pull off a KO win in the second round with just big looping shots because that's what he likes to throw, because that's what idiots like to throw, is overhand rights. That's what he's going to do, and it might work. It almost worked against Michel Pereira, and it's worked earlier in his career. This guy's got one UFC win. It's fine. On to the next one. Farid Basharat versus John Garza. Short notice fight. That's good. Good for Farid Basharat. He's got like 9 straight wins in the UFC, and he's still ranked 15th. I really do think Bryce Mitchell probably should have took this fight on short notice. It would have been really good. Farid Basharat's also like ranked 10 in the meta rankings, which is kind of crazy. It's going to be Farid Basharat. He's going to win by a boring decision. 9 wins in the UFC, and I think barely any finishes as well. It's pretty bad. It's pretty rough. Farid Basharat is boring, and that's why he's going to stay ranked 15, and he might even fight down again. John Garza, I know he's good. I think he is undefeated at 8-0. I'm not 1,000% sure about that. 6-1. But he's not good enough. You're not 15 ranked. Farid Basharat's actually good. He's boring, though. Doesn't finish fights, but he's good. On to the next. Damian Penis is going to absolutely slam himself into Cesar Almeida. He's going to come out swinging hard. Penis is going to swing hard, and he's going to knock out Cesar Almeida. This guy, he's not fit. He's just a dude. And he lost to Olin Jacek. Yeah, you're losing. Penis is he's actually good. And it's hilarious because of his name. But he's powerful. He's got crazy KO power. He's fast. He swings hard. And Penis is going to explode as soon as they get in there. And I don't think Cesar Almeida is going to be able to handle it at all. I think he's going to get KO'd. And they're putting him on the card for a reason, the McGregor card, because he is a KO artist. He's going to go crazy and knock him out. That's about it. Penis is going to explode all over him. It's going to be a quick fight. Into the first round by KO. Tracy Cortez versus Wang Kong. Wang Kong gets it done. Tracy Cortez, and she's a big butt merchant. That's a fact. I've watched her last fights. What does she do? How is she ranked 8? I don't know. I do know. She is a big butt. That's what she does. Wang Kong is actually good at fighting. She had that stinker. She had her stinker. And now she's actually ready to push forward. And she's going to KO Tracy Cortez. What was Tracy Cortez's last fight? Against Erin Blanchfield. And she got dominated. Finished, dominated. Wang Kong is not as good as Erin Blanchfield. But this kind of ego loss that Tracy Cortez is my butt not enough? It's not. And she's going to get knocked out because she's got this. Pereira breaks up with her. She's losing against Namajunas. She's losing against Blanchfield. She's got nothing. She's got nothing. And she's going to get knocked out. And that's my prediction. Wang Kong by a round 3 knockout. Wang Kong does have crazy power. And her makeup is really gross. You know, she's not worried about how she looks. She's just ready to go with the swing and knock out. Next fight. Luke Riley versus Kai Kamaka III. Rook Riley, he's a huge favorite, which is crazy to me. I think, there's a fly in here. I think Luke Riley, I think it's a pick'em. I do think it's a pick'em going into this fight. Kai Kamaka III is a worker. He's push, 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 and he works super hard. Luke Riley had a tough fight in his last fight against Michael Aswell Jr. How to remember the name. And he only won this fight because he had more output than Kai Kamaka III did. I mean, not than Michael Aswell Jr. did. If Michael Aswell Jr. didn't lose that cardio, he would have won that fight, and Luke Riley would be undefeated no more. And that's why I think Kai Kamaka is going to win. I think Luke Riley is good. I think he has a great chin, but I think he falls under this Liverpool fighter issue where they can't handle pressure. They get backed against the cage. Curtis Campbell, Paddy Pimblett, Luke Riley, they all get destroyed. He's 18-7, but he has this pressure. They're both new to the UFC. He has this pressure that I think is going to make him win. And he's going to take Luke Riley's by just pressure. Because when Luke Riley exits the cage, he leaves his chin in the air and gets caught over and over again. Now, this doesn't stop him from knocking out Kai Kamaka III. Luke Riley has crazy power, but I do think he's going to get outworked. We saw this recently. This works. Just hustle. Nicholas Dalby's made an entire career about it. Hustling wins fights against better fighters. It always will happen. Friziam lost. He got out-hustled. Hustle matters. And I think Kai Kamaka III has so much hustle that Luke Riley doesn't have because he relies on that power that Kai Kamaka knows he doesn't have. Kai Kamaka knows he doesn't have power. Luke Riley's like, I have power. I can knock him out, lad. You can't knock him out. You're going to get held against the cage and out-hustled the entire time. That's my prediction. Adrian Yanez versus Cody Garbrandt. Why are we letting Cody Garbrandt on these? Oh my God, on these cards. Why is he allowed on almost the headline? Like he's on way too high up. He's going to get absolutely destroyed. He barely won his last fight against some random Asian guy only because the Asian guy got the points taken away. Cody Garbrandt, dude, it's nostalgia bait. Yeah, you remember Cody Garbrandt? He was the best fighter in the UFC for 25 minutes. He's the best. Nostalgia bait. He's getting KO'd by Adrian Yanez or submitted. Probably submitted. It's over for him. He's not winning this fight. Look at him. Tattoos aren't making you tough, bro. You're done. You're done. On to the biggest betting favorite in UFC history. Gable Stevenson versus Elijah Ellison. This is what they did. Gable Stevenson, some random black guy. Fight. You ready to fight? That's it. That's all he did. I don't even know this. No one's ever heard this guy. He's the biggest underdog ever, biggest favorite ever. But, and I'm not picking him, by the way. I'm not picking Elijah Ellison. We've seen Gable Stevenson fight before. He has terrible, terrible striking defense. If he gets knocked out, it'd be the funniest thing ever. You know, this card is the most alleged rapist ever in a UFC fight, by the way. That's a fact. Maybe. That's just my guess. Gable Stevenson's going to knock him out, take him down, destroy him. It's over. Elijah Ellison is just going to have a bad time in there. Gable Stevenson's good, but he has bad striking defense. If Elijah Ellison wants to throw an overhand right and knock him out, he could. He really could. And it'd be really funny. It'd be really, really funny. On to the headliner of the prelims, Robert Whittaker versus Nikita Krylov. Robert Whittaker is going to win this one. Again, with the hustle. Nikita Krylov, he's good. He had those stinkers. He lost to Dominic Reyes, and it was really bad for him. Like, he's losing, but he beat Bukauskas. But now we're realizing, what does it matter if you beat Bukauskas at all? Now your wins invalidated. Your last losses, whatever. What has Robert Whittaker done in his last fights? What has he done? Knocked out Ikram. Well, now we're noticing, hey, that's pretty good. Hey, that's actually pretty good. Lost to RDR. That's pretty rough. That's actually rough. But Nikita Krylov loses too much. Whittaker loses enough where I'm like, who's more shit? It's Krylov. Because if Whittaker loses, where does he go from here? He just doesn't go. He's done. And I think Whittaker's going to knock him out. Whittaker has low power, but Nikita Krylov has low chin. Their stats are down. And I think Whitaker can put on the pressure with a head kick KO. They're not throwing head kicks in light heavy like they're throwing in middleweight. It's in light heavyweight, by the way. He's moving up. Robert Whitaker's going to be quicker. He's going to throw those 1-2 head kicks like he likes to do. Bobby Knuckles is going to get a knockout in the 3rd round with a war, and it's going to suck to see him get punched by Nikita Krylov because you're like, oh, maybe if you win, you should retire. But he's going to want to fight in Australia, retire in Australia, and I get it. But Bobby Knuckles win by round 3, head kick KO. But not like a clean one. It's going to go into ground and pound and stuff. King Green, Bobby, versus T-Rex McKinney. They each have 17 first-round finishes. This is the battle for the 18th first-round finish for each of them. This is an amazing fight. This is a first-round knockout. That's it. And really, it could go to anyone. I do think it's going to go to T-Rex McKinney because Bobby Green does a stupid... He's doing his photo where this is how he fights. He fights from here. You're not doing that against Terrence McKinney. Terrence McKinney don't give a damn if he gets knocked out. He will go in there and try to punch you in the face as hard as he can. You come in here and you think, hey, he's not going to get near me because I can do this. He has autism. He's going to do that. Anyway, he's going to throw a flying knee. And you're 42, man. What are you doing? You rename yourself. Not getting in that. But you're 42. You can't be fighting Terrence McKinney. You took this fight. Dude, you're getting KO'd bad. Like bad. And you better hope. You better pray to God, Bobby Green, that Herb Dean is not your ref because you will die in there. If you will die, he's going to get cold. Out cold. That's my prediction. Terrence McKinney by an out cold KO. Brutal. And pull your shorts up, dude. Trying to be sexy at 42, man. That's crazy. Brandon Royval versus Lonnie Kavanaugh. This one's hard because these flyweights, they're good, man. And you think they're bad in their last fight. You think they look bad in their last fight. And then they just show up in their next fight so well. Like both of these guys. And Lonnie Kavanaugh won his last fight against Brandon Moreno. He still looks shit. There's no doubt in my mind. It really could have gone either way. And you're going to go either way with that for Moreno. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. But Brandon Royval just got out cold against Manel Cap. Bad. Do I think Lonnie Kavanaugh can even do that to Brandon Royval? Brandon Royval beat Tatsuro Taira. Tatsuro Taira, in my mind, beats Lonnie Kavanaugh. This MMA math is... Brandon Royval will beat Lonnie Kavanaugh. It will... In a 5-round. He beat him in a 5-round. No, he's not going to win. Lonnie Kavanaugh is going to give a first crazy 2 rounds. Pressure, pace, and technique. His technique, oh my God, is better than Brandon Royval's. He's just so perfectly technique, but his output and technique does drop off so hard. And you could see a 3rd-round finish from Royval. It's going to be a 29-28 win by Lonnie Kavanaugh, winning the first 2. Brandon Royval is going to beat him in the second. It could even be a draw with a 10-8 in the 3rd. But Lonnie Kavanaugh is super good for 10 minutes. And then he's not anymore. Not at all. And I think he can get it done with a 29-28 decision. It'd be really good for the flyweight division because this guy is fun. He's active. He's fun. We want to see him. Brandon Royval, but he's a dog. You know, his nickname's Raw Dog for a reason. But yeah, Lonnie Kavanaugh is going to outwork him and win by a 29-28 decision. On to the next one. Corey Sandhagen, Mario Batista. Mario Batista's good, man. And we've been seeing this. We've been seeing how good he is. You know, after that Jose Aldo performance where he deserves nothing but hate and sadness for, he actually is putting on performances. He looked good against Umar. He beat Vinicius Oliveira bad with a submission, but Vinicius sucks and he's terrible. But Corey Sandhagen has a lot of losses, but who's he fighting, dude? He's fighting the best of the best. He just lost to Marab, and he's coming off. And what we're going to notice about this fight, and I think the main difference in why it's going to happen, who's going to win, and the reason is the wrestling. These guys are both wrestlers, both grapplers, heavy, heavy, heavy on each side. And I think Corey Sandhagen has better submissions. And I think Umar, when they fought both of them, has no submissions. And I think who got held down worse is Batista. Batista got held down. Corey Sandhagen didn't get held down. He gets right back up. He lost in the striking. But I think Mario Batista is going to try to take him down. But I just think Corey Sandhagen's submission game is incredible. And Mario Batista is going to think, they've fought before. Sandhagen submitted him before. And Batista's going to be like, I'm going to beat him where he beat me last time to show how much I improved. Dog, you're going to get caught in something stupid. That's what I think actually is going to happen. Just like Figueiredo gets caught in something stupid. Good submission artist gets caught in something stupid. Dude, he's going to get like Indian deathlocked in this fight or something. He's going to get caught in something stupid because of an ego. Because he is good, but are you beat Corey Sandhagen good? No. Corey Sandhagen is one of the best in the world. He has lost quite a bit, but he is the best of the best. If he didn't get hurt by Merab, he would have won that fight. And that's a 100% belief of mine. He would have won that fight. If. But yeah, it's going to be a dominant win by Corey Sandhagen. It's going to be a 30-27, or it's going to end in some stupid ass submission. Like, it's really going to be something you've never heard of. Joe Rogan's going to be like, oh, it's a Boston Crab. Maybe. Something stupid like that. On to the next one. Co-main. St. Denis versus Paddy Pimblett. This is a fun fight. This is an amazing fight. And I do think it's going to be crazy. But my issue is this is a super even fight. And Benoit St. Denis is a favorite to me is insane. It's crazy because I'm leaning towards Paddy here. Paddy has a fatal flaw, and it's a defense. It's terrible. It's horrible. But it's horrible if you're fighting someone quick, right? If you're fighting someone that can catch you there, then it's really bad. But Benoit St. Denis, he's French. He's like a snail. Dude, he's escargot is a person. He can't move. He moves so slow. And he's not powerful, and he's a control wrestler. I know he knocked out Beneil Dariush. Power, by the way. No, everyone knocks out Beneil Dariush. Why does it say 170, by the way? That's crazy. But he moves. He's plotty. He gets Paddy Pimblett's rangy strikes. He can cover distance really well with his long knees and everything. And he wants it. And I think he's going to win by doing that, keeping it range, keeping away from the fence. Paddy Pimblett's got to know by now that his back cannot be against the fence. Because, dude, you're terrible against the fence. You'll get knocked out by Benoit somehow because he'll cut you off. Benoit's not stupid. He isn't stupid, but he isn't fast. And that is the big issue. Moicano beat your butt up, dude. And is Paddy Pimblett a better pure grappler than Moicano? I don't think so. But Paddy Pimblett has good mixing. He can mix that in. He can submit you. He can do what he wants with you. But Benoit did beat Mauricio Hufi. Benoit beat... No! He widely beat Mauricio Hufi. That makes everything difficult. It makes everything difficult. Paddy's going to win by staying away from the cage, moving in quick like he did against Gaethje, in and out. He needs to come in and out. Because Benoit won't be able to catch him. If he can avoid the takedown, I know. Paddy Pimblett, the wrestler, avoiding the takedown. Avoids the takedown, stays striking. He's going to win. And he might even get a KO. Wow, Benoit's actually really good. Wow. He's really good. But I think Paddy Pimblett actually is really good too. His ego is crazy right now. The guy that I think I beat is champion? Oh my God, I'm champion. I would destroy Benoit. That's Paddy's ego right now. I think Paddy's going to win. Conor McGregor! You ain't come back and fight somebody! Poor Michael Chandler. Poor Chandler! It is so sad for him. It is really tragic. Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. I became an MMA fan a couple years ago. I have actually never seen Conor McGregor fight. I'm excited. I'm amped. I'm ready for this. They're both coming off losses, and it's at 170. That is the big story of this fight. It's at 170. McGregor hasn't fought in 5 years. Holloway's coming off of a dominant loss to Oliveira. And the odds are semi-close. Closer than you would think. McGregor, Holloway. Look at his face, dude. It's not the face of a winner. And that's so mean to say to Holloway, but I just noticed that. Like, you look at their faces and you're like, and even the bulges. I mean, I'm serious. Like, this is like, we have a winner. He looks like a winner. He doesn't look like a winner. I'm not going to base my pick off that. I was going to go with Holloway. Oh, God. I think 170 is very interesting for this fight. One thing we have to take into consideration, Max Holloway's been dropped in his past 3 fights. He's getting old. He's getting decrepit. He's been dropped. Well, not past 3 before Oliveira, but he got absolutely beat up in the Oliveira fight as well. Drops in the past 3, got beat up in his 4th. I don't know if he can pull this off. And I really think if he implements leg kicks and dances around for the entire 5 rounds, he can snap McGregor's leg again, because McGregor's leg is just toast. But I do think, hey, McGregor's powerful. 170, McGregor, maybe a little cardio. If this fight opens up as a bang, like the Cerrone fight, Max Holloway isn't big enough. McGregor's going to put it on and pressure, and he might even knock Holloway out in the 2nd round. And this is crazy for me to say, because I thought Holloway was going to win. I'm going with McGregor. It would be insane if McGregor won, but it just might happen because of the size difference. That's the only thing. Max Holloway's going to be fat. He's going to be fat. There's no doubt about it. He's not going to be a big 170. Conor McGregor is a natty 170 at this point. He's regular. He's been in the gym. There's not much detail I can go by his fight. I really have no clue what McGregor's going to do. You haven't seen him fight in so long. He's just going to be an idiot. I assume he's going to try to get in the clinch with Max Holloway and throw elbows in the clinch. That's what I would do. I would get knocked out. But he's going to be rangy, and he's going to hurt Holloway. I think it's going to be a lot more competitive than people think. People are talking about Max Holloway's just going to beat him up, bro. Maybe I thought that before, but now I'm looking at it, and I'm seeing a well-endowed McGregor here, and I'm like, hey, you're knocking Holloway out. I want Holloway to win. I like Holloway, man, but you're not winning. I don't think so. McGregor is the underdog pick. Also, the weights are wrong here. I think they messed up the weights. 156, what the heck? Well, whatever. Enjoy this card. This is amazing. Like and subscribe, and have a wonderful night.